Scouts Canada, Emergency Skills Level 1. 1.1. I have made my own personal first aid kit.
This is my first aid kit.
So these are the skill level 1 stuff that you have. Yeah.
You got emergency blanket that's very flashy, so you can detect a helicopter.
Yeah, but it's mostly for warmth and everything as well.
Got pencil, a lot of paper and pencil.
Yeah.
Gloves.
Surgical gloves.
Yes. Big bandages.
Yeah.
And small bandages.
Nice. All right. So what else is in your medical kit?
A lot of other stuff.
So open it up and give us a quick show there. All right.
We got
All right, so there it is. It's a typical first aid kit. Great. Great, thank you. 1.2. I can demonstrate the basic approach to first aid. Okay, Robbie, can you demonstrate the basic approach to first aid?
You have to check the person if it's safe to check the person.
Yeah, so if it's still dangerous, you don't go near there. So what if you do if they are in danger?
You have to call 911 or an adult.
Yeah, and then they can help you.
Yep. You have to stay with the sick person till help arrives.
Okay, sometimes it's difficult to get to a place, so you have to flag the ambulance down so that they see you where you are, right? Great. 1.3. I can treat minor cuts or scrapes. Okay, Robbie, the first thing that you want to do to treat a wound is to get the bandage. Okay, open it up. So take one away from there. Okay, good. Now open the package. Okay, now open it up. Yeah, even this is difficult. There you go. Okay, now take it out. That's it. Okay, now you're ready to apply it. Okay, Robbie, now that you have your bandage ready, first thing you have to do is clean the wound, okay? Okay, Robbie, so the first thing I'll do is clean the wound. That's it. Nice. Good, that feels better already. Okay, now apply the bandage on the... That's it. There you go. Great. So the secret is you never want it to be too tight.
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. Thanks, Robbie.
Welcome.
1.4. I can be responsible for my own health. So, Robbie, how can you be responsible for your own health?
You have to drink a lot of water to stay hydrated.
Yeah, during activities, right?
Yeah, during activities.
Yeah.
Put sunscreen on so you don't burn yourself, get a sunburn.
Right. And what about proper clothing?
Wear proper clothing, a hat when it's winter.
Yeah. Well, I mean when it's sunny too.
So, like a cap would be good.
Yeah.
Like if it's like that and it hits there, it doesn't hurt your eyes.
Great.
Or sunglasses.
1.5. I can be responsible for my own safety. So, Robbie, what are some things about safety and how you can be responsible for your own safety?
Scouts know not to talk to strangers.
Right. Yeah, that's even something in my generation we would never do with.
Yeah.
What do you do if they offer you candy?
Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
Ignore them and call your parents, right?
Yeah, you can call your parents.
You can do that.
Yeah, or tell an adult who you are with that is trusted. Mostly, like Scouters are trusted because they go through a police check. You know that they're going to be good. They're gonna be like your teachers and like your parents, right?
Yeah.
What if a guy comes to you and he says he's a Scouter? Would you go with him?
No, you have to look at him and make sure he's not the Scouter from far away.
Yeah, because I mean, someone might say that he's a Scouter.
Yeah.
So he has to be recognized by other Scouters as a Scouter.
Yeah.
Usually, you're only allowed wearing a red shirt or a scouter uniform if you're an actual scouter.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Unless you're events.
yeah,
'Cause
and
you
there's
have,
always got to be 2 scouters too.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
don't ever go with just one scouter. Even the scouter, if he's a good scouter, he's going to say, oh, we need ratio. We need a second scouter. That's extremely important. Because if he's a real scouter, he's going to worry about that.
1.6. I know my address and location in an emergency.
So, Robbie, do you know your own address and location?
Yes.
What is? What city do you live in? What province?
What province? Quebec.
Yes. How do you get here from the 40?
Ooh,
How do you get here from St. Charles?
like that. You come in like this, you turn, and then you keep going through the bump. You turn.
What's our cross street?
A cross street.
This
Caravelle.
street here. The street that's touching
Like that.
our street. Yeah. Okay. What's the one down down further?
Down there.
Yeah.
St. John's Boulevard. No, St. Charles Boulevard. So that's farther away.
So usually people ask for a cross street.
Yeah.
Usually when you're ordering a pizza, they ask for a cross street. So,
Oh my gosh.
So if you're gonna call for an ambulance, that's a handy thing because they want to know what street touches what.
1.7. I know not to play with matches and lighters.
Okay, Robbie, why is it not safe to play with matches and lighters?
Because you can burn yourself and your friend. That's why it's a very, very, very stupid idea.
Yeah, and also, if you're doing it and
Yeah.
a kid younger than you sees you doing it, he's
Yeah.
going to think it's cool and that it's okay to do it. So you're going to be influencing them. You should be you should play as a good example as well.
Yeah, you can use matches and lighters, but you can't play with them.
Well, you can always with an adult supervision or a
Yes.
scouter because you are going to be lighting your own fire. And as a matter of fact, for one of your other badges, you had to light a small fire.
Yeah.
And you always did that with me.
Yeah.
There are places where you can't light a match or a lighter, and that's when you're gassing up. You know, a lot of adults don't even know that. If you're smoking around while you're filling your car with gas, you could cause a fire.
Yeah.
Right? Also, there's bad things that are done when people store gasoline in a glass container. You're supposed to store it in a safe thing. So you always have to worry about what can combust. It's not about the matches and the lighters sometimes, it's about what can ignite. And you know, the first time you're trying matches and lighter, you'll notice that your parents might want to do it outside first, or if it's in a fireplace, then it's all going to be safe. There are ways to do things safely indoors as well, right?
Yeah.
1.8. I know how to spot things in my home that are not safe.
So, Robbie, can you tell me some things that are unsafe in the house?
Knives, stoves,
So things that are sharp or hot.
yeah.
Yeah. What about under the sink? What's dangerous under the sink?
Tide Pods, fast tablets, whatever.
Yeah, like dish detergent and Tide Pods. It's funny. Some older kids a few years ago they liked eating them.
Yeah,
And
it was a stupid dare. They
It was a
said,
dare,
I
yeah.
dare you to
Yeah,
eat
exactly.
a
Yeah.
Tide Pod.
Yeah. And that's poisonous. You never know how things are gonna, you know, and that's one of the things you'd have to call poison control for.
Yeah.
You know, if someone did do that. Great.
1.9. I know the different emergency services that are available and how and when to call them and what to say.
So, Robbie, what's the phone number for an emergency?
911.
Great. That's one of the requirements for the badge. Okay, so I'll give you a scenario. I had a heart attack at the cross street of Hymas and St. Charles. Okay? So you say you have to call 911. So call 911.
Hello, 911.
Yes, hello. This is 911. What's your emergency?
My dad got a heart attack at Hymas.
Hymas. Can you give me a clue as to where else that could be? Hymas is a big boulevard.
St. John's?
St. John. So Hymus and St. John's.
Is that right?
No, it's St. Charles.
St. Charles. Sorry,
Oh,
St.
boy.
Charles.
Okay, so you got to make sure that you get the cross streets right?
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, and you would like it. What would you like us to send?
Police? No, what is it?
What would you need for
ambulance?
an ambulance? Right. So all right, would you please stay with your father and let us know? Can you tell us if he's breathing?
He is breathing, but very lowly.
Okay, good. So you stay with the phone call. That's great. Okay, Robbie. So now there's a fire at Tim Hortons on St. Charles and Hymus.
911. Hi, 911.
Hello, this is 911. What is your emergency?
There's a fire at Tim Hortons, St. Charles, and Hymus.
Okay, what would you like us to send?
The fireman.
Right, and so you gotta be specific. Sometimes, Robbie, you have to say St. Charles Boulevard and Hymus Boulevard. They need to know that it's a street. And sometimes they might want you to spell it. And then other times they even want the address of it. And that's normal. You can describe other buildings that are near it. Okay?
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, and then sometimes they might ask you to stay on the phone, so you tell them, okay, I see it now, and then they'll let you go. Okay?
1.10. I use the buddy system when outdoors.
Okay, Robbie, how do you use the buddy system when you're outside?
So you say, I got my buddy if you have your buddy.
Yeah.
And if you don't have your buddy, you say, I don't have my buddy.
Okay, great. Yeah, you have to tell the scouter that you're
Yeah.
missing someone.
Yeah.
1.11. I can signal for help if needed when outdoors.
Okay, Robbie, what do you do when there's searchers that are looking for you and you need to be found?
Whistle. Not that loud.
Yeah,
Even better whistle.
yeah,
You have to do it 3 times. That means you're in distress.
yes. Yeah, do it
very
3
loud.
short bursts. Nice, okay.
This, so you can go like this. And
Yeah.
It makes a little light. It's not that good.
So if someone's
But,
looking for you at
yeah.
the air, well, even across long distances.
That,
Yeah, great.
emergency blanket. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah, because it's reflective, eh?
Go like that.
Yeah.
This flashlight is very good. So, flashlight, it's okay if it blinks or not. Well, it's better when it blinks.
Yeah, because you see it from far
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
And you can focus it.
Well, the flashlight's the only thing they're going to see in the dark, right?
Yeah.
That and a fire.
And you can also change it to that.
Yeah,
It's
to
just
constant.
straight up regular flashlight, and you can unfocus it.
1.12. I always tell an adult where I'm going.
So, Robbie, it's important to always tell an adult where you're going if you're leaving the main group. Can you tell me why?
Because if you're outside in an outdoor activity and you're doing the buddy system, and one of your buddy has to go to the bathroom, you say, Scouter, we have to go because let's say there's a guy, the person who's my buddy needs to go to the bathroom. That's
Okay,
what you say.
perfect.
Or a different scenario.
1.13. I carry a whistle and visible signal covering when I go out in the bush.
Okay, Robbie, so when you're going out, it's good to carry a whistle and something visible. What could you bring?
Whistle, of course.
Yeah?
Nice and loud one. This. So as you can see, if you hold it up to the sun, it bounces off it,
Yeah.
and then it hits
So
the
it's a signal.
helicopter. Yeah, it's a light. It's a mirror. And a blanket. Look, it's very flashy.
Okay.
You wave it.
Yeah, right.
It's flashy.
Right, and people will notice you.
They will definitely notice
Okay,
you.
great.
1.14. I know to hug a tree if lost or stay in one place if there are no trees.
Okay, Robbie, do you know what hug a tree means?
It means stay in one spot.
That's right. So, how do you know if you're lost?
You're off the trail. You don't see anyone.
If you're on the trail and you don't see any any visible like evidence of there being a beaten path or a trail, you know that you're lost.
Yeah.
Right? If there's no river, if you're in the forest, then you know. If there's a river, you still have a chance. But that's why you never leave the trail.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know how to yell and whistle for help, right? How many times do you blast your whistle?
3.
Yeah. So what do you do to stay warm and dry?
You make a shelter, or you put a blanket over your head, which is not that smart.
Right, like that one there. That blanket will keep you warm, right?
Yeah.
So Robbie, to stay warm, if you've applied the layering principle when you got ready, you should stay dry even if it's raining. If you're stuck out in the open, sometimes it's good to leave have something that's visible from a helicopter, okay? So what you can do is you have your blanket, and then if you have other visible things, you know, sometimes you see the word SOS written out on a beach, okay? Written with logs or rocks or something. So, you know, you can do something like that.
You can also use this. And
anything that a helicopter or an airplane can see you with, Another one, if it's at night, is make a really big fire.
Or a flashlight, or you can use a blinking flashlight.
Yeah, they'll see a fire before they see a little flashlight.
Yeah.
And if you have food and water, you have to try to make it last. Okay?
1.15. I know how to be safe around a campfire.
Okay, Robbie. So do you know how to be safe around a campfire?
Yes.
So what do you do?
So, don't run and play, or else you can collide into your other friend.
Yeah, if two people are horsing around, you can collide and one of them could fall in the fire. Yeah, and also there's a safe distance you have to stay away from the fire, right?
Yeah.
Now, how close is it can you get to the fire?
You can get near to it, you can get close to it, like very close, only if you're a fire marshal.
Yeah, so you shouldn't be touching the fire.
Unless you're a fire
Unless you're the fire marshal, unless you're learning how to, because sometimes you have to turn the logs around so that they burn the other side. And so what about tools?
You should never touch a tool unless you have that permit or under supervision.
Yeah, so the axe and the saw, you wouldn't,
a knife, things like that.
All right, so how about throwing something in the fire?
You only throw something in the fire if you're a fire marshal or a scouter.
Yeah, so like extra, the only thing you should be throwing in is
wood.
Like wood,
or paper.
Yeah, so you never want to throw something that's flammable or liquids that are flammable or fireworks. I mean, it sounds like fun, but it's not a good idea to do something like that. When you're around the fire, you have to respect other people that are around there. You don't want to startle people.
Yeah.
1.16. I know how to behave around wildlife.
Okay, Robbie, do you know how to behave around wildlife?
Yes. If you see a moose or a nice stick, don't disturb the moose, or else it's gonna kill you. And don't take the stick.
Don't take the stick.
Yeah, maybe it can be a snake that's camouflaged.
Okay. So okay. So all right. So what about what if you come across a nest?
A nest?
Yeah. Should you disrupt it? And what if you see like baby cubs or baby birds?
Yeah. If you see a little baby bird, if you help it try to fly, mama bird's gonna come and peck you a lot. So don't do that. And respect and leave it.
Yeah.
You see, ooh, that's a nice nest, and get out of there.
Yeah. So you can look at it. Sometimes when you're canoeing, you come across some nest as well. Yeah.
Yeah, on water.
Yeah. So and that's true of moose and a lot of wild animals. If you see them, you just got to go the other way. Right, you have to be really careful with the way that you store food overnight and stuff. But most animals won't charge you or won't attack you unless they feel like they're scared. Okay, so you don't want to startle them.